Welcome back to another Les Talk. I haven't done a Les Talk in a few weeks' time, a couple weeks' time, I don't know. It's been a little while, but I'm back again this week and we've got a bit to talk about, so let's get into it. Alright, first of all, I want to talk about the 100. I'm talking about the 100 in this video and not its own separate video because I'm not doing a review breakdown of this week's episode. Instead, I want to talk about what's been happening in the fandom this week. This week has been a roller coaster of emotions and there has been some pretty amazing things that have happened. So if you guys didn't see my last video that I made, I talked about some of the really good things that have happened, and I want to kind of continue on from that because it has been going on since then. But yeah, I'll have other details and stuff in that video if you guys want to go check it out. Anyway, I mentioned in my last video that there was a fundraiser happening. It's called Lexa Crew? Is that how you say it? Or Les Crew? Les Crew. Ooh, that's interesting. Anyway, it's in what's the word? Memory? I don't know. It's got something to do with Lexa. And the people that they're coming together made a fundraiser for the Trevor Project, and so far it's raised over $40,000. That is insane. $40,000. Incredible. So if you guys want to go check out that fundraiser, maybe support it or share it around, I'll have a link to that in the description. It has a more detailed bio in it as well, so you guys can read up exactly what people are wanting and what the fundraiser is for and all that sort of stuff. But it's really amazing and it warms my heart to see that. I also want to talk about trends and things that have been happening. So the day of the 100 airing, so Thursday, we trended on Twitter, LGBT fans deserve better, for I think it was 7 hours straight. This is a worldwide trend for 7 hours straight. Incredible. And I believe it's been 10 days since Lexa died, and all of those 10 days we've had a worldwide trend going that I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that, personally. I don't know if I've ever seen a fandom come together like this. It's pretty amazing. If you guys want to stay on top of these trends as well and maybe help out, support, there is a Tumblr, can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll have a link in the description though, and it pretty much just gives you all the details on what we're going to be trending, what day and what time you're going to be trending and stuff like that. So I have a link to the Tumblr and that in the description, so you guys can go check it out and support if you guys want. Something else that has really been amazing that's come from this as well is this is sort of leaked out into other fandoms. I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. I think it was yesterday. Pretty Little Liars started trending. Pretty Little Liars LGBT fans want equality. I believe that was the trend. And I think people are wanting to start to get together and have like a consistent trend throughout all the fandoms. So I believe what people are wanting to do is have the fandom name, so PLL for Pretty Little Liars, or I don't know, Once Upon a Time at the start of it, and then LGBT fans deserve better. So the LGBT fans deserve better will be a consistent, and then it's just the fandom at the start that changes, which will give this sort of a community feel, it'll connect everyone together, show that we're all united. I think that's really awesome. I don't know if it's actually happening, but I will keep you guys updated, and I really hope it does, because it is not just this fandom. We are wanting better representation everywhere. It was just for us. Lexa was the tipping point, I think, for a lot of people. Yeah, Lexa was the point where we said, nah, enough is enough. We want better. So yeah, that's what's been happening in the 100 fandom this last week. So that's been pretty incredible to watch and to be a witness to. I mean, this is definitely something really, really big that's happening. News sites, like mainstream media news sites, are picking it up all around the world. I don't know if you guys actually want to read the article, because Australian media is a whole nother issue, but this conversation has made it up on the Sydney Morning Herald, which is an Australian news site here in Australia, which they talk about Lex's death and stuff like that. And this episode hasn't even aired in Australia. So the Sydney Morning Herald spoilt a big character death for a main TV show before it's even aired here in Australia because the topic is so hot. That is big. That's something worth considering. It hasn't aired here in Australia, but news sites are willing to spoil it because the topic is so hot. I know BBC in the UK picked it up as well, and they did a story on it. There's been stories going around all over the world in mainstream media, and it's been trending, and it's just incredible. And it's a really big thing that's happening right now. Yeah, okay, so that's what I wanted. That's, I think, all briefly what I wanted to talk about with the 100 fandom and fandoms in general. Moving over to some other stuff that I want to talk about. I want to talk about Legends of Tomorrow. So I don't usually watch the show, but this week Sarah got a female love interest in the episode. The female love interest is named Lindsay, I believe it was. She's a nurse. They went back to the 1950s. So Lindsay is a nurse in the 1950s. And back then, it's not considered okay to be anything but straight, right? So Lindsay is very repressed. But Sarah comes along and she's just so chill about it. I really liked seeing that storyline, seeing a modern aged woman in the 1950s, that sort of dynamic in that relationship. That was really, really interesting. So I really did enjoy that. The only issue I have with this is I don't know if Lindsay is actually coming back at all after this episode. I feel like it might just be a one-time thing. They kiss and then they move on and we never see Lindsay again. Yeah, I know Sarah in the episode got stuck in that time, so she didn't make her way back, but I don't know if we're actually going to see Lindsay again after this. I hope so, because like I said, I really did like that dynamic. I did like that story, and I think those two have amazing chemistry. I would love to see Lindsay back, but I don't know if we are going to get her back, which makes me very sad. Next, I want to talk about All for One. All for One is a web series that I got introduced to yesterday on my live stream. A few people asked if I had watched the web series. No idea what it was. Found out it's on Kinda TV, and Kinda TV was where Camilla is uploaded, but they rebranded, right? I think that's what's the dealio. Anyway, All for One is this new web series. There's only 5 episodes out, and there's 3 episodes that go up every week. And it's really, really, really good so far. I like it, so you guys definitely should go check it out. I'll have a link to the first episode in the description. I will tell you, I've had episode 2 on repeat since I started watching it. It gets good in episode 2. Episode 2. I'm just gonna say it, I'm so in love with Connie. Like, I think she is like a new crush of mine. Those goddamn eyes, they're so blue and just, she's so adorable. I love her. And I just love the show, man. I ship it. What is it? It's Dawny, right? Dawny is the ship. I ship it. Anyway, I'm not gonna spoil what happens because when I reblog some GIFs on Tumblr, a lot of people ask me where that was from, so I'm assuming not everyone have seen it. So I'm going to give you this week to go catch up on it, and then I might dive into more details next weekend, next Les Talk with All for One, but definitely go check it out. It's a really good web series that everyone should be watching. And lastly, I just want to talk about some shows that I'm keeping my eye on. Once Upon a Time definitely been one of them because I'm really hoping they do the Mulan story really well, or at least decent. Like, I really just want a good Mulan LGBT story because I believe they said that they were going to have an LGBT relationship introduced in this second half of the season, and I'm assuming it's got to do with Mulan, and I'm hoping they do it right because I love Mulan. I just adore her, and I'm really hoping it's with Red because I really love her as well, like from the get-go. I shipped Red Beauty, but I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm more than happy to ship, what is it? It's Red Warrior, right? Is that the ship? I don't know. I'm keeping my eye out and I'm hoping they do it right. Also, Faking It starts up again this week, season 3 I believe it is, and so I'm definitely keeping my eye out on Faking It because I really want to love it. I loved the first season, I really did, but season 2 pissed me off with its biphobic shit. Yeah, so I'm keeping my eye out on Faking It. It starts up again this week. I'm hoping they pull their shit together as well. But I think that's about it from me for this week's Let's Talk. Yeah, I will be having more videos up during the week. I'm going to be doing other sort of random topic videos, maybe challenges. I don't know, I haven't quite figured it out. But there will be other videos up. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.